Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
So let's start with the JMS database. So, like I explained earlier, JMS stands for Java Messaging Service. So why is this messaging is required? So my understanding is that for the application or APIs to communicate with each other, we need a messaging service. And one of the ones for this. For that reason, JMS is going to be the main, right? Main tool to main technology to do a messaging service. What's the full advantage if you communicate through the messaging server? What is directly? Yeah, so look, you can listen to a message, a queue, and then you can publish it. You can listen it, you can process it. And so I think to me, this is really the key for everything. And we're going to have a silo application is without JMS, without messaging service, right? Right? So you could publish something, you could do something, but others cannot consume the data or consume the information. Then, there is no, it's something half-baked, right? So one thing is you want to make the communication as asynchronous. Like I said, asynchronous means, yeah, I like that. Just a response on one thread. Asynchronous means like question on one thread and response on another thread. Okay, so see, let me give you one scenario in my project. Actually, in a project, right? There is an application which is taking messages from the client applications. So this is client. And in this application, there are business processes defined. So there is some software called Commuter where we define business processes. What's happened when your request comes? Who need to upload that? Who need to delegate some other? Something like business process defined application. So when client directly, interacting to our application, right? One thing is, if your application is down, is no more, active, you use the messages. Right. You can say, sometimes, maybe after, we need to ask the client to send the message. So I know our system is not reliable, right? So application more reliable. We need to introduce something called messaging. That is one thing. And other thing is it takes a little time. Processing requires some approvals, software approves, everything is good. Then it will send back to the client. The response sent back to client not immediate. So what happens is if you are calling synchronously, that is not possible, right? So that is one thing. So for that we need to introduce something called the JMS. JMS as a specification is only specification, right? Only rules and regulations depend on Java or actually not Java. Now it's not implementation specification. So some companies took the specification and they developed the JMS server like Act V and T. So they may have a dedicated server for JMS. They took the JMS specification and they developed the JMS server Act V and T. So many are there. So here I mentioned to JVS. These are all JMS servers developed on base of JMS specification that is given by Sun Microsystems. Now it's Oracle. So now in our session, what we know, what is the agenda is we will download a JMS server. Okay, and from the Mule application. We will publish a message to the JMS. And we consume the message from the Mule application. Oh, it's published in consumer. And in the JMS, there are two types of channels are available. You know it? The persistent and the other one. What do you call that? That is one type. Queues and topics. Queues and topics. Queues and topics. Yes. Queues and topics. So queues is for one-to-one communication. Means one application will send a message to the JMS queue. It is represented by JMS queue. And another application will take out that message. Consume the message from JMS queue. Oh, maybe there are multiple consumers will be there. It's not a one application. Multiple consumers will be there. But if one message is published to this queue, once this message is consumed by any application, that is no longer available in the queue. In the queue. Okay. So if you took the message in the queue now, we can't take the same message because A take out the message. This message is no longer available. Maybe a new message comes that will be picked by the B. Okay. So at any point of time, one message is picked up by any one client. Right? That is called 2. So I have a question. Yet, for these people who are consuming like A and B and C, those applications or those systems, they each one is getting the message that it's configured right to get it. It doesn't. There is no like a conflict. They're not. So, like what I'm thinking is that, and I don't know, consumer like A is going to go different. A is going to grab a different type of message, is looking for in the queue, and B is looking for their own message and criteria in the queue, right? It is that they won't check any kind of specific category message or specific message. All the three applications are listening on the queue. You know listening, right? Okay, so the queue means for every interval. They go to messages. You listen to message. They listen to message. Is it doesn't? Do they listen to any specific type of messages that pertains to each one? Or they listen to anything? They listen to anything, any message. Okay, don't categorize the specific kind of message. It is any kind of message. But no, the three applications are listening to the message. Sometimes this will get the message because at that moment it will go and you know it's the back. Sometimes we will get some. Sometimes we can all depends upon the threads. Okay, right. So listening means every few seconds, every few microseconds, they go and check the message, right? So yeah, some mismatch happens. Sometimes you will get messages. Sometimes we will get messages. Sometimes you will get messages. But only one application will get the message, the same message. So that is called queue, whereas topic is like a broadcast team. Means all three are listening for the messages. When this guy posts a message to the queue, that message is sent to all the listeners by the queue. Sorry, by the topic. Topic sends the same message to all the listening applications. So it broadcasts the essence too. So broadcast means topic. Topic is if you put in a topic for some reason the topic. But topic there are multiple listeners are assigned associated. BC. These applications are listening on the topic. So if these are listening on the topic, these are subscribers. These three applications are subscribed to the topic subscribers, yeah? Once the sender application put the message in the topic automatically, broadcasts to all three applications. All the three applications will get the same message. Right. So these C's are topic style, whereas Q, only one application will get that message. Right. Means not always one, but suppose three messages come to the queue. Maybe this message picked out by A, this message picked out by B, and this message picked out by C, okay? Or maybe same all the three picked out by A. You can't say that, sir, what? Only one message picked out by only one application. That's the queue, alright? So hold on. So, and my friends say that last time you said there's three messages in the queue. Then how do they? And there's three messages in the queue. And so are they. First of all, are they all subscribers? And BC. Can we call them subscribers? Correct? Alright. So subscribers A, there's three messages in the queue. Subscribers A gets one. Right. You can say like A will get only one, maybe two messages. A will get two messages and B will get one message. Alright. The messages, all the messages. Anyway, they check the queue. If there's a message, they grab it. If there's a message, they grab it. Exactly. And there's a schedule that everyone every 2 minutes or so they go there and check. Correct? Where the topics? You said the topic's job is to broadcast the message to subscribers. Correct. And so then it has to be some kind of configuration that it knows who the subscribers are. Yes, that's how we show it. Alright. I think now I understand. So hold on one second. So the applications that API will develop when you run it will create a message in the queue. And it depends what kind of messaging we use, whether it's a queue or topics. It will publish something in the queue. And if you use a queue, the subscribers will get this one at a time. Or no, will get those messages from the queue. If we're using topics, we will broadcast to the subscribers. Got it. Interesting. Now we're going to download this. You can do whatever I'm saying. You can do it on your machine. So go to ActiveMCOM. Where do I go? ActiveM. Active. Active? I don't know. I get another page. I don't know why. This one, right? The same page. No, I got a different one. Google it out. Now I have it okay. So this ActiveMQ Apache is a company. It is the product. ActiveMQ is the product of Apache. Guess. Apache is a company. Okay, Apache is a company. It has two products, but ActiveMQ is another product of Apache. Download this ActiveMQ Classic. And you can download the ActiveMQ 5.17.1. It's a test one. If you have a Windows machine, download this one. I don't know your questions. Are you able to find the speech, Adam? Yeah, I'm following you. Okay, next. Okay, so this is the server. So this is the server for Apache. What I'm doing is I'm just copying downloads to my hold on 1 second. I just want to grab this. Why is it going there? Alright, so now I get the folder. Yeah, you got the folder right. Yeah, I'm with you now. So what I'm doing is I'm copying this folder from downloads to my C drive. It's not necessary, but I'm just downloads anytime we will delete it. I can create a folder right for organization wise. I can create a folder and put in there, right? I'll call it ActiveQ. And I put here paste. It's copying right now. Now, once you copy to your C drive or D drive, there is a folder called bin folder inside. Are you able to see that? Yeah. So go to that. And if your machine is Windows machine, it will be 64. There is ActiveMQ batch file because that one. So let me start this up. Run that. Yeah, run that. So I say press key, any key to continue. There is some issue with my machine. Robert stopped. Okay, I'm going to check that you got issue or you are able to run this one. 1 second. Close all this. Yeah, actually it's 17. I see Robert stop. I could have run it. There is an option to run as administrator. There it is. Yeah, so you can right click. Let's see if that solved the problem. This is quite. Your machine has Java installed in your machine. I don't think so. I'm not sure. So I have a question. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Java is this version. Let's click this one. What operating system do you have? I am operating Windows. Windows 10. Yes, Windows 10. Yeah, I have the same thing. So in the command prompt, write code to command prompt. Type Java minus version. Yeah, I do have 1.2. I have another version. I have 111.82 underscore 181. No problem. Okay. Let me. It is Java compatible 11 version, but we need to update 8 version. This is the second one is ours. It's compatible to our OS. Right? So this is not compatible to our Java. Our Java is 1.8, right? So we need to download. Okay, see this is 1.11 version. So we will download again this one. Download the second one. Okay, let me go there. The second one, right? I mean this one. Yeah, 5.16.5 version. Okay, so we will download this. Like this. Adam, you're able to download that folder. Yeah, I'm copying over right now. Okay, paste. And in 6. Yeah, I'm starting the. That's better. That's it. I think it will run for me. I installed something recently that is binding in 18.81. So I got some. I think it will run successfully for you. Right. It's doing it right now. I'm still waiting. Okay, no problem. It's doing like an active MQ and JoloKey STPI. I don't know. It's stuck on a line that says information active F MQ JoloKey REST API available 127.01 8.10.61. It's stuck on that line. Yes, you are. It's good. You are good. Now open any browser. So the one you are seeing is ActiveMQ console. Web console means you can control your messaging server from this console. You can create the queues. You can delete the queues. You can create topics. You can send a message to the topics. You can send messages to the queues. You can view the messages. You can do all things of the server over here from this console. Then could you expand a little more this one? This the browser. Maximize it. What is the device? It's going back. Yeah, it's clear. Now there is a link. Manage ActiveMQ broker. Right. Welcome. Manage ActiveMQ broker. See little up. Welcome to ActiveMQ. Welcome to Apache ActiveMQ message. Down there. Little down. Oh. Now. You can see the queues, topics, subscribers, connections, the main queue, right? Menu. Top on that. Main menu on the menu. No, not on that. Say that one more time. Comb left. Yeah. Oh. Go to queues section and start with the queues. You want to create any queue. You can give the queue name. Some queue and you can create the queue. Some you can do some sales queue or some expert name. You can do any name. Resemble name will give. Test queue. Okay, test queue is fine. Create. Do I put anything here? That's not required now. It's a filter. Test queue got created, right? Right. So, if you want to send a message to this queue from this console without any, with any application, you want to send a message at the extreme. This on the record, right? At the end, there's an operations tab, is there? Operations column. Operations column. Yeah, that is number of pending messages. Column this table. This table number of pending messages. Number of consumers. Yeah. Then queue message dequeued. Operation. and operations right. So here send to link. Is there send to link? Click on the send to link. Send to link. And you can message. You can do some message over here in the message body. Yeah, okay. You can do some message and you can send this message to that queue. Which queue? Test queue. Send button is there. What is it? Send button. Oh, send. Now see, there is one pending message. And there are no consumers consuming that message. Then placing the message in the queue called enqueue and removing the message from the queue called dequeue. Say that one more time. Putting message to the queue called enqueue. The terminal enqueue. Enqueue means placing the message inside the queue called enqueue and removing the message from the queue called dequeue. Here see, message dequeue is 0. Means we just placed the message but we didn't remove that message. If you remove that message, this is dequeue. Yeah, and this is enqueue. Oh, now this is about the active enqueue. We will go back on application and we will build up the application. Now go to Anypoint Studio because my active enqueue is. I need to check it out. So are you talking about the web version or are you talking about the local N Studio? We call that local studio. Anypoint, I'm sorry. Init, the web right. Any. So what's the other? So this one is Anypoint Studio. The one I don't and I'm opening right now. The only one. What is it called? The one I just showed you, that is Anypoint Platform Console. Okay, where you can not only Anypoint Studio, you can see Design Center, Runtime Manager, API Manager, all these consoles, right? Yeah. And there is Anypoint Platform Console. It has Contents Dashboard where you can see all these components. That is cloud version actually. That's your right. That's a cloud version. I like that. You know, sometimes if you don't have it locally, you know that's a good place to practice. And also you were correct also. And what's the other call? The data wave thing also is so good. The data wave language fun page. Yeah, that's the best idea that you know they have because you can practice there. So you can use Anypoint to get loaded and create one project. Some JMS demos something you do daily. You get to do this topic. It's called mess. Even the name doesn't matter. Demo. Now you configure HTTP listener to send a message to the queue. We need some channel, right? HTTP. And configure to default configuration or some configuration. Oh, I put JMS in there, yeah, type JMS. Yes, we see one way. One now try to publish this message. So configure this component. You need to publish one. Yeah, publish component. Drag. We're giving a white stick is we're giving the other thing on here. There is some issue. Oh, now here, the important point to remember is you need to connect to the JMS server that is running in that, right? It already started, right? So to connect to that server, it requires two things. The first thing is we need to tell where the active server is running. Maybe in this case, the active server running in your machine, but in the real time, maybe active server in some other machine or network, right? Yeah. So you need to tell where actually and what host, what port the active server is running. That is one thing. So this active server, we can call it as a broker. It is brokering between applications, right? It's media. So we can call it as a broker. That is first configuration. The second configuration we need to do is we need to give some driver files. Are you talking about here? Now that here we need to tell where there is plus sign, right? Yeah. Plus. Here, see required libraries is asking, right? It requires some libraries. Using these libraries, you can able to talk to the JMA server. It requires these libraries. Okay. So these libraries are available in the Appium to download. Click on Configure. Go to Local File. And go to Browse to File. And go to the folder where you downloaded the Appium to. Yes. Go inside and select the last one. Appium to all server. Yes. And open it. Yes. Oh, that's okay. That is not required. That's okay. And now we do not need to configure all the things. We need not worry. Only these two. No. It will take up. That all contains all the libraries. Oh, no, come on. No. Drag this. Drag the scroll bar on the right. Right, the scroll bar is there, right? On the window. Yeah, drag it down. That's it. Drag it down. Here, Connection Factory. Click on the factory configuration. The Connection Factory, right-click on the factory configuration drop-down button. Come down, little down, little down. Yeah, little down. Yeah, that one. This one. That one, yeah. Go edit in line. The last one, yeah. Now there is something called a broker URL, right? You are seeing broker URL. Means who is broker? Actum is broker, right? Like I said. So you would need to do the Actium URL over here. Yeah, delete it. The one we were on the MQ one. Exactly, Actium one. This no, not that. Go over there. Okay. What is it? What is it? Where do I need to go? Delete the existing one. Okay, delete the entire thing. Now there is some bookmark. Is there right? Host 6616. Are you able to see that one? Yeah, that one TCP colon. Colon slash slash loose colon 66616. That is a default. Six. Exactly. It's a broker URL. Oh, that's it. Now, okay. I don't have to do the password. Use your idea. They are not required for the purpose. Do I do a test? Are you okay? Do the test. Make sure the activity is running right. Yeah, it's running. Then I say okay. So your counter confirmation is done means your real application can be able to connect to active server and able to communicate. That is done. In the app, you can choose which queue you want to send a message. Okay, you need to be the queue name, the destination. Yeah, test queue. If that queue is not available in the app queue, it will create a queue. Okay, test queue is available, right? Then we send a message to the queue. If you use some other name, that name, the queue is not available in the app queue. If you pass a false, then a new queue will be created. Okay, got it? So you're saying that you have to create a queue first, and then this is where you put the queue, right? The queue information. Adam, in case the queue is not available in the active queue server, you give some other queue name. Yeah, I give name, but it didn't change. I don't know. Yeah, you can do that. No problem. If you do that, then what happens? Test queue will be created in the app queue. Got It's going to create one. If the name doesn't exist, it's going to create one. Yeah, if it's not available, it creates one. Okay, I see. And next step is you can view either queue or topic. Default is queue. Okay, let's start with queue. Yeah, that's it. Then come down. Okay, it's done. Now we can save the configuration. We can save it. Yeah, save the page. Okay, it's a very simple configuration. Just you are pushing a message to the queue. Just you can run the application. Up- Yeah, it's deployed. Yeah, so this is deployed. Right, go to Postman. Postman, okay. Postman. Close this one also. Take the post method so that we can able to post a message. So, I think it was, you're giving some party. Here it was. Go to post. Take the post method to party. Yeah, do some message. This is a file. This message also you can post. Then send it. Yeah, go to Appium Queue console. Which one? The queue. Yeah, the queue console. Yeah, over there. Refresh this page. We got 2. Okay, the same earlier we had a 1 and now it's 2, I think. Okay, now click on the test queue. Test queue link. Name right in the queue name. What about it? Click on the queue name. Yeah, click on it. Then you can see the message. Click on the first message. First message ID, yeah? Yeah, this is the message we sent, the message you posted, right? So this is a simple publish of message. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.